digitized version of the logo. The other sketches were discarded, but I really enjoyed another sketch of the old guy actually, and I'm gonna make a colorized digital artwork out of it, but not for the client, just for myself to practice digital artworks with graphic tablets. And this will be part 3 of our 3-part series about the gym logo. And in the subscription only section you will find a little bonus where I even colorized another sketch to deepen my knowledge about digital art. So enjoy watching this one. And here we go. So as you can see, I scanned the whole part. I made a selection of it, and I colorized it red. The overall theme I aimed for was like a red theme. And if you make a selection with a lasso tool, for example, then you can be sure that by using a big brush you won't cross the lines where you actually want to paint. And as you can see right now, I am painting broadly, but it's always like I'm covering the paper underneath the white surface, but the line work of the pencil art is still on top. And you achieve that by setting the layer style in Photoshop to multiply. So that's a really convenient way to immediately start colorizing and to block in the basic colors. And you can see by just using 3 different colors you immediately have like a good sense of 3-dimensionality. I'm using the darker colors, of course, for the shadows. The same ideas I was telling you on my sketching phase I am applying here as well. The core shadow is really close to the highlights, especially at the rope you can see that, and I really like the effect that it makes. Also the shirt has stripes. I colorized them as well, and actually I chose for the background color a green, because if you look at the color wheel, they are complementary colors. So for example, yellow is on the opposite on like violet. That's why I think that was a choice by the LA Lakers for their colors to shine even more, because complementary colors exactly do what they're supposed to. They complement each other, which makes like each color like even more standing out. So when you have green and red, the red and the green is more standing out. If you have yellow and violet, each color is because of the contrast more standing out. And yeah, so this is a way like this is color theory, and it helps if you know some tricks to colorize it, but possibly I will make more lessons on that. The light is coming from the top, so that is why the upper lip is covered in shadow and the lower lip is reflecting the light. That's why it's like, for example, a little bit brighter. Always there's the same lessons as in the other drawings. I was trying out here some different brushes. I was using a specific brush which is a little bit more grainy to put in like the details on the beard. I also use this brush to make it look a little bit more painterly, you know. And here I was using a brush to kind of recreate the skin texture, really like trying out to make it like look realistic. And I was always decreasing more and more the opacity of the layer with pencil drawing, because for example, if you want to make a pure digital drawing, which looks more like oil painting or like acrylic or watercolor, you just use your pencil drawings as a reference to do all the colors, but in the end you decrease the opacity of the pencil drawing. But it's a question of like, what is the preferred style you want your picture to have. So in this case, I didn't want to delete the pencil drawing completely, because I like the touch it is giving to the final result. Here I'm adding one more layer of even darker colors to make it more three-dimensional. And trying to add some more details to the shadow, make them stand out a little bit more. What I'm doing here is with the R key, when you press it, you can rotate the picture, and when you're trying to draw, you always have a natural movement. Like, I'm moving my wrist right now, and I'm trying to draw a circle just by moving the wrist, like the hand around the wrist. And you can already tell that it is easier for your hand to draw curves which are in a certain direction compared to curves which are exactly to the opposite, just because of the anatomy. But that's why often like people are when they are making a pencil sketch, that they are turning the paper around, and you can do the same thing digitally. So just press the R key, rotate it the degree you want it to have, and when you press escape, it jumps back to normal. So this is just a little aid to create smoother curves, but also because in digital drawing, this is the advantage. You want to make it look really good, so you want to really hit the nail on the head with the curve or with the outlines. So you're trying to get a feeling for it, to make it fast and smooth, and also like big curves. It comes like with a movement out of your shoulder, for example. But whenever you don't do it right, you can press the combination Control Z, and it jumps back. So actually this combination, I have a short key on my graphic tablet for that, and I often use it to jump back and make the step again to really get the right curve. Here you can see I am actually replacing the pencil sketch with brush strokes. I don't know why, but I kind of got the feeling that like the facial it's not expression, but how do you call it, like the anatomic specifics reminded me of like East European, maybe Russian kind of fisherman, because of the nose, which is kind of drawn down, like the cheekbone standing out. But I actually didn't do that intentionally, it just turned out that way. Here I am creating a selection again to only select the shirt, because I want to paint the shirt and I want to use a big brush, but I don't want to paint over the other areas like the arms or those little like laces in front of the chest, for example. And before I do the stripes, I wanted to put in the shadows, which are better describing the volume of the body underneath. And why I did that is because I want the stripes to multiply it with the shadow. Because let's say if you have dark stripes and they are going from a like area where the sunlight shines on to like a darker part where it's more like shadowy, then of course the stripe also is getting darker. And what I'm trying right now is to kind of find a way to blend the foreground into the background and use some effects to make it look more interesting. I was just trying around a bit. And I also in the end decided not to use the green background, because that's the point, like with the complementary color, like they made the point, like the colors stand out, but it was a little bit too much for me, so I wanted to be like themed in a really specific way. So I just stayed with those red, brown, orange tones. Like this was very experimental here. Trying to make a light effect on the front of the head. Like light is shining in the front of him. And that's basically it. You will see the picture in the article. I'll see you around.